What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for joining us again today. We are out here with Miles. This guy has helped us with a few content projects. He puts together a lot of cool builds with some other companies that he is contracted to work for, and so we get to see some cool photos and video work with some of that stuff. And today we are out here to test out some body armor. So this is a plate from Vism, which is as it officially says, a division of NC Star. That's probably like the brand name you might be more familiar with. We carry these plates and some very similar plates. The difference between the two is we have one that is NIJ certified. So if you're familiar with body armor, that is the standardized certification system that they use. NIJ certified, and there's different levels of that, and that's how you know what you're getting as far as what kind of rounds can this body armor stop and protect you from. So we have a plate from Vism that is NIJ certified level 3. This one that we have here, this is a less expensive plate from the same manufacturer, and this is not officially NIJ certified, but it does say protection level 3. So this is like our budget body armor option, and we want to bring it out here and just see how it does. Because it's not NIJ certified level 3, this just says protection level 3 plus. We're going to loosely use the NIJ level 3 certification to kind of just put this through the paces and see how it does. Miles, you've done multiple body armor tests on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
So we're going to kind of put it through similar paces, which is, as I understand, we're not going to use an exact, we're not going to play exactly to the rating system.
No, yeah, so with NIJ ratings, your plate should be able to withstand 6 shots 2 inches apart from each other of whatever caliber it's rated for. And with this spread of guns, we far surpass the number of shots, and depending on what we're doing, sometimes we'll surpass the rating level if it's rated lower. If we're testing a handgun plate, we'll end up shooting with a rifle a lot of times too. Today I think everything I have, with the exception of 4570, because I don't know where that falls in the ratings, everything but this is for sure within the standards that should be rated for. Because we go up to 308 here, 308, 5.56, 9mm. One caliber that will be interesting is 5.7, because this is a rifle rated plate, but when it comes to pistol plates, especially woven fiber Kevlar, 5.7 is notorious for getting through stuff that is rated for pistols, but 5.7 is a pistol that notoriously goes through because it's pointy and really fast. It weaves itself through fibers. I don't think this will have any problems with it because it's a rifle rated plate and it's not just Kevlar. But other than that, pretty standard rounds for testing.
Yeah, so pretty much we're spanning from 9mm all the way up to 308.
22 even if we want.
Yeah, 22 all the way up to 308.
Yeah. We're
going to put a few rounds of each, and we're just going to check it after each one and essentially see how it does. The NIJ rated plate from Vism, that's like a $220 plate. This one here is about a $160 plate. So we're hoping that it performs really well. But yeah, essentially we just want to see kind of your budget level option for body armor here. How's this going to do, and what is this protection level 3 plus really here? What does that actually mean? Kind of putting it through similar paces for a NIJ level 3 stuff. So we're going to put it out there and get to shooting and just see how this goes. All right, so we have our plate set out here. We kind of just put it in the dirt, so hopefully that stays in place well enough. And we're gonna, we want to start with 22?
Yeah, I say small, work our way up. Also, it's in the dirt, but it is backed by a loosely piled dirt pile. Loosely piled dirt pile. Because when you're wearing it, it does have a little backing with your body, but your body's not hard, depending on the situation. But it should have some give, so that should be more than good enough for our incredibly scientific tests today.
So in tests that you've done, I know you've done some steel plates. Have you done a lot of the non-steel stuff?
I actually have not done that much of the non-steel, so I'm pretty excited to see how this performs, just because this is, I'm not going to say it's new, but it's definitely a newer style of plate. Like within the past 5 years, really, it's been gaining a lot of popularity to have the thicker, like 1 inch thick plates that withstand the weather. The ultra lightweight thing is pretty recent. Like Defender Armor is probably, I won't say anyone else's company name. The ultra lightweight plates, where you sacrifice thickness for weight, is fairly new in the world of body armor. So I have not had a lot of this style, so that'll be interesting.
And it's interesting, I mean, just given the rise in popularity, I think, in like looking at the gun community as a whole, like there's a lot of people like training in full kit, trying to have like their full setups, and so yeah, that calls for lighter plates a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Guys want to be not running drills in heavy steel plates, and there's other things that people feel about steel plates also. So
yeah,
yeah,
and that's another thing is a lot of people hate steel plates because they say you're going to get spalling in your throat and you're going to die. You gotta have been shot a lot of times to get through a spall coating and have that be the case.
Yeah.
Obviously, circumstantial, who knows, some freak thing could happen, but that alone is not a justification for me. For me, a plate like this, you get shot with a rifle, and because it's not steel, it's going to deform a lot more on the back and have a lot more potential to break ribs and stuff like that. So those are things you got to weigh. Generally, the consensus is steel plates are getting more and more outdated, and this is the way of the future. But to each your own, make your decisions, test stuff if you need to, and do your own research and figure it out. But there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to body armor, so I'm excited to see a softer style plate get shot up.
Let's do it. All right, starting it off with the 22 LR.
Yes, 22 LR out of a Volkortsen. Mamba? I don't know what this is called. It's made by Volkortsen, and I like it. And we're gonna do, so since this is a rifle plate, it should obviously have zero issues with any of the handguns. We're gonna do 3 rounds out of all the handguns because of that. And then when we get to rifles, where it's actually challenging it a little bit, we'll just do 1 of each until we find a breaking point or run out of ammo or whatever the case may be. So this is 3 rounds of 22 LR. All right, gun is cleared, safe. Go check it out. I should go right through.
All right. So far,
Whoa.
so good.
This is actually really cool with the dirt.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I've never been able to see that before because we haven't had a backing like this, but that is cool to be able to see how much back face deformation, I don't know which one's correct, but
Yeah, because just looking at it and kind of feeling it, there's very little visual deformation, but yeah, there's no penetration, but clearly
yeah,
we had some force pushing
getting
through.
hit with it. Still be punching you a little even with 22.
So that's for sure a difference between a soft plate versus like a steel plate is the soft plate gives a more concentrated push through.
Which maybe that might be interesting to test side by side one day in this same style setup, like clay or something, so you can see everything. That'd be interesting.
All right.
All right, next up, we've got 9mm out of a Glock 19X. This one is comped. This is an agency single port comp, but that shouldn't affect muzzle velocity or anything like that. So we're doing 3 rounds, 9mm, 115 grain FMJs. All right, you guys ready? All right, gun's cleared, mag's empty.
Every walk up is just going to be, I'm just overflowing with anticipation.
Whoa. Interesting.
Look at that.
This piece of projectile coming out of the top, yeah, it had to have gone up because all of our shots are.
Yeah, that went in there and spread out, fragmented, and actually came up out the top.
Yeah. Nothing penetrated though.
No penetration. Definitely, we're definitely seeing bigger dents.
Yeah.
That's a pretty mean little punch. Definitely feeling, starting to feel deformed. Definitely like some big bumps there on the back, but no penetration, so.
It's kind of interesting that this is coming out of the top, because the whole argument for steel plates is you won't get spalling and fragmentation coming up into your face, and that's one of the first things we see. Which is, I mean, it caught it. I guess we don't know what it hasn't caught, but it doesn't look like there's any other holes or anything where stuff has come out of.
And also, that was only our second caliber.
Yeah.
We've definitely seen spall coatings.
Should we bump down to 1 shot from here on out, since we're already at the 6-shot rating of this plate?
Yeah.
Technically?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
Let's just do 1 shot and work to the breaking point.
Okay. We'll do 45, which is actually easier to stop than 9 because it's big, fat, and slow.
But it is gonna
It'll punch pretty hard.
mess up the internals of that plate a little more.
Yeah.
I am interested. I mean, I don't know. You say we're not scientists. I'm definitely not a scientist. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the science, but for sure these the non-steel plates are different from steel as far as like taking a whole bunch of rounds in a fairly concentrated area. Like, you are definitely breaking down the interior of the plate.
Degradation of the plate itself will happen differently, which I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know in what form, but yeah, it's not going to be the same as steel.
Someday we'll consult an expert for a video, but that's not this one. Yeah. On to 45.
I am the expert. Is that terrifying to anyone?
All right, moving on to 45 ACP. We're just gonna do 1 shot. This is a much slower round, but it is big, so definitely thumps hard. I'm not sure what happened there, but I feel like I saw something hit higher up on the hill. Chamber's open, mag's out.
That piece of frag is still there, but there's a different hole now.
Yeah, we're pretty.
Is that a hole from something coming out, or is it just starting to peel away?
Yeah, it's just starting to really break open, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I saw something hit up here. Maybe.
It looks, based on the back, it looks like you hit it right here.
Yeah, pretty sure it's this.
Oh yeah, this big old hole.
Big old hole right there.
Huh.
Still no penetration. Definitely deformed. All right, guys. Quick little editor's cut as we're going through some of the footage. We have a little observation about the 45. So while we were out at the range, we weren't 100% sure what happened, but we did kind of deduce that that the plate stopped the bullet. We had like a little bit of spall that probably came out of the top, a little bit of jacket that probably came out of the top. Afterwards, looking at the footage that we slowed down the best we could, definitely wish we had some higher speed cameras so that we could slow it down a little more and really see what happened. But it looks like maybe the whole 45 bullet, if not like a good chunk of it, comes out of the top of the plate and hits up higher on the hill, which is what I said that I saw when we shot the plate that time. So I'm not sure if for that specific shot the plate was just at like too flat of an angle and it caused it to travel up through the plate, or if maybe it like really impacted one of the 9mm rounds that was in there and that caused a strange like ricochet up. But clearly, if that plate was on a chest at that time and we had a 45 caliber bullet come up out of the top, that's going to mean probably super bad news. So we're not 100% sure what happened or why that happened, but it does look like that is what happened. So again, as we said, this wasn't like the most exact test. We didn't conform exactly to like the NIJ standards. We're still definitely impressed with the performance of this plate and how it did, but definitely worth cutting in and just mentioning that it looks like looking at the footage afterwards, that is pretty much what happened with that 45 caliber round, which is also pretty interesting because of the rounds that we shot at this thing, that one is pretty slow, relatively slow, compared to a lot of stuff that we threw at this thing. And for some reason, that's the one that I think maybe we had it at kind of a weird angle, but that's the one that got in there and then ended up actually shooting up out of the top of the plate. So, quick little cut there just to explain that. We'll get back into the show.
I think now maybe we go to 10 mil, which is like a really spicy 40.
Next we have one round of 10 mil, which as officially deemed by Miles is a really spicy 40.
That one little piece of fragmentation just hanging on.
Still just hanging on there.
I'm actually kind of impressed by that.
Hanging by a thread.
Is that, which one's which? This is 45.
This was 45.
This is 10 mil. So a bigger deformation, it looks like.
Yeah, but we're definitely pushing out the back now, but still no.
The sticker's not even breaking. It's starting to peel away a little, but it's not like we're tearing the sticker even yet.
Yeah, still no penetration through the back, so on to the next. We're graduating for now from the pistol rounds. We're gonna get into the rifle rounds. So this is a 223 Remington. We're gonna do one shot, do a 10.5-inch barrel. And this is an EOTech straight out of the box.
Yeah, not
right?
been zeroed. Also, we're starting with 10.5 because when it comes to body armor, velocity is typically the killer over mass. So we're starting with the shorter barrel, lower velocity, and then we'll go up to the 14.5 a little bit later. It's close enough.
Yes.
Have that bolt locked open. This guy really do be like, you're talking right now? Let me do a whole string of fire. So even from back here, I feel like it's noticeably not the same shape of plate.
Yeah. We're gonna pull here.
It stopped it.
Yeah, so I definitely hit, was one of these holes, maybe this one here, maybe this one here. And we definitely have a pretty good lump there.
Yeah, it is,
but
obviously as expected, the biggest bulge in the back so far.
Okay, we stopped it.
All right.
Getting some definitely losing shape in front and back at this point. We're moving on to 7.62 by 39. Do this AK 10.5-inch barrel with the dead air Wolverine.
Oh, something about an AK charging just sounds so good.
Okay, well I feel like we didn't disturb our plate. Yeah, because I was aiming like kind of this area. I don't know if that's a new hit. Oh, yeah, that feels.
Oh, interesting.
That's fresh.
It hasn't gone all the way through.
Yeah, we don't have.
But we have officially hit it hard enough to break that layer of fabric.
Yeah, it was enough force to tear that back coating. But yeah, we don't have penetration from the round. So for sure our hardest hitter so far.
Dang.
So if your ribs weren't broken before.
All right, now we're on to the 14.5 inch 223. This one has a dead air Sandman S on it. And we're doing one shot. All right, mag's empty, bolts locked back. Take a look.
That felt like a low hit also.
Yeah.
Almost looked like it might have gone right underneath it.
I was aiming right in the center. I think that would be it.
Yeah, it's definitely more. That sticker wasn't quite so ripped up before.
You're bleeding.
Oh no!
What'd you do?
Who did this? They just used an AK.
Still no penetration.
Yeah, we are similar to over here where we're starting to see some ripping. The ripping and the tearing. But
nothing's got through so far.
Stopped it.
Dude, we're so many rounds past the rating. I guess we're not like at the rating limit caliber wise, but volume wise, we're well past it. It's not certified and it's handling it great.
Quantity of rounds, yeah. We've put a few bullets into this thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm impressed.
308?
Especially for the price. Yeah, let's do this. Will be an interesting one because it's 308 and it's a 22-inch barrel. So this is gonna be hauling ass
from
like 10 yards away.
Pretty close. But yeah, this is pretty interesting given the number of rounds, the closeness of proximity of hits, because we have not been keeping hits 2 inches apart.
Yeah, not even close.
And yeah, and just given the fact that this is a non-steel plate, it's really light. So far.
Yeah, so far.
Impressed with.
Color me impressed. All right, we're stepping it up. This is a 308, 22-inch barrel, and we are very close. So, and if we're being totally honest, this gun's never been shot. So even though it's got a scope on it, I'm gonna leave those caps closed. We're gonna use the irons underneath, which are still visible under this mount. And we'll get after it, I guess.
Do you think that the plate's gonna stop this round?
I am skeptical. If it was brand new, maybe I'd be totally fine with it. But with it being as shot up as it already is, and being a big caliber with a long barrel, really high velocity.
What you're about to do, 308, 22-inch barrel at this distance, honestly is a downright disrespectful thing for us to do to this plate right now.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't think it's gonna stop it, but I'm excited to see what happens.
And I'll tell you something, if you're this far away from a dude shooting at you with a 308, you've got bigger problems than if your plate will last the 20th round or not. You're dead.
This is true.
So, chambered, so far so good. Got a lot of unfired guns on here today. All right, everyone ready? Did it hit it? I can't see anything and the caps are closed.
It feels like it might have hit low.
Okay, I have no idea. If it missed, we'll just take that out.
It either hit low or it went through so fast, so clean. This feels new.
Yeah.
That feels fresh. I don't recognize that.
Yeah, so
let's get a good look at it.
It didn't go through. Wait. No, it didn't. This is just the...
Yeah, that's just paper.
The coating. Well,
get a good look at that.
Color me impressed yet again. And another thing is when you tapped on it, this isn't by any means soft. It's just not metal.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some severe deformation.
You'd be hurting real bad.
But we stopped the bullet. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make my "you'd be alive" comment because you could have all sorts of other crap going on with you, but you wouldn't have a hole through you, which is step one to living another day.
Moving on to 50 AE out of the Desert Eagle. So this is we're in our bonus rounds now. This is just for fun. We're gonna see if it can stop some of the wild stuff.
Well, it definitely moved the plate more.
All right, chamber's empty. Let's go see what we did. Oh, I hit it right in the corner.
Looked like it came out the side, probably. Or do you think it's in there?
It must have come out. I don't feel anything.
Dang, look how much it bent that plate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Should we do one more of those, dead center?
Yeah.
All right, another round of 50 AE out of the Desert Eagle. Let's see what happens. All right,
Yo, that messed up the plate.
let's go look at it. You can see. Wow, that's crazy. You guys should get a shot of that with me not blocking the sun. You can see the back of the round in there. Okay.
That's a hard punch.
Yeah. But it didn't go through. That's so crazy.
Didn't go through. Yeah, it stopped right there.
That's impressive.
Wild.
All right, bonus round of 50 AE. Not an issue at all. Even
Yeah.
after all the rifle rounds.
Unless you get hit right on the edge of the plate.
Yeah. Yeah.
At which point.
But that's the same for anything. Part of the 2-inch separation is 2 inches from the edge of the plate. So when you're ordering a 10 by 12 plate, technically you're going for 8 by 10 shootable space on that.
Cool. All right.
Man, this thing keeps impressing me.
We have 357 and 57. What do you want to do? Let's see if it stops 57.
Yeah, 5.7 for sure.
Because that's known
357 is not really a bonus round. It's just one that we forgot to do earlier.
Yeah. And it's a chopper rhino, so just for fun.
Yeah. All right, 5.7.
We have another bonus caliber. This is 5.7. Not necessarily a bonus caliber for a rifle rated plate. For sure would be if this was like a pistol rated plate, but I think definitely a bonus caliber given the number of rounds that we put in this thing so far. So, see what happens. Feels like a hit. Empty, clear.
Is this new? There's a little sprig of stuff coming out.
I don't know. I feel like that was there. I kind of
You definitely hit.
feel like this is new.
It would be a small hole. Well, it stopped it.
Yeah.
So wherever it actually hit, it stopped it. That's great news for the plate.
Wow. All right, what else we got?
The only thing we haven't shot yet. Oh, actually, let's do that 357. All right, we've got 357 out of this Chiapa Rhino, which I have never shot one before. I don't really shoot revolvers, but this will be interesting. It's accurate.
Feels like a hit.
Feels like a hit. All right, we're gonna unload this. Go take a look. All right, that's actually loaded, so now
Where did we hit?
it's so shot up, I have no idea where the new stuff is.
Yeah, but we definitely still don't have a hole in the back.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I wonder what makes it so this isn't rated. Like, do they just not want to spend the time or money associated with getting a rating? Or does it have too much deformation? Which doesn't seem like it to me.
Yeah, my original thought was, since they have the rated one and the non-rated one, was I have no clue, but if there's an amount of money that it takes to put it through the rating process and actually get that official rating, if they made like a very similar plate that they can sell for cheaper, I have no clue. That's just like a speculation.
Yeah, interesting.
But also, yeah, this one did feel a little bit thinner than the rated plate. So
if you work for Vism, let me know. I'm curious.
4570.
Yeah, I think that's all we got left that we haven't shot. Good. All right, bonus round, 4570. Don't know where it falls in the rating, so we saved it until after all the stuff we knew about. Yeah, this is a Henry X model with the Dead Air Primal on it.
Yo, that thing slaps. That sounded good.
Yeah, it sounds good, and the amount of kick that having the can takes out is pretty wild, because that gun sucks without a can.
All right.
Wow, dude. Still nothing.
Yeah, we definitely are pretty kicked out here.
I'm impressed with that thing.
Yeah, man. We're good. No holes. It did it.
No holes. It made it. It made it through every caliber we brought. I mean, I wouldn't typically advocate for budget options, but I'm like legitimately really impressed with that. And being something that I have tested personally now, I would be totally comfortable wearing that.
Yeah. Well, and at the end of the day, like you said at the beginning of the video, there's so many good and different options out there, all at different price points. So at the end of the day, like, do your research, really look into like what you want to get, find the features that are most important to you, find a good piece of body armor for you. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm really glad that these budget plates are what they are. They're super light, they're pretty inexpensive, and they stopped everything that we threw at them today. So that's really cool results. And if you're just getting into body armor, or you're working with a small budget right now, at least you know you have a decent option that you can throw in the kit and have something that is going to work.
Yeah, I'm definitely impressed.